All right. Good morning. Happy WTF Wednesday. I'm going to give you a minute to get your coffee. Oh, friends, and I ate something with a whole bunch of seeds and grains in it before going live today. Big mistake. Huge. And now I feel like my teeth are full of freaking seeds. And it feels awful. So if I get rambling and seeds fly out, or you see some weird black shit in my teeth today, don't judge. Don't judge. It's just, of course I would eat. It's bugging me. Things that get in my teeth on WTF Wednesday. That's just the way it fucking goes, isn't it? Kelly, good morning. Please say hello as you join our coffee. I'm going to drink coffee while I wait to get all this shit out of my teeth. I'm sorry. That's gross. We'll give people another 45 seconds. Good morning. Tada chuck trucks. That's just fun to say. It's kind of like the how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a Tada chuck could truck? I don't know. I promise I didn't drink before today's show. I swear. Good morning, Miss Karen. Good morning, Carolyn. I know. It's driving me crazy. Lesson learned. That's the thing about life, though, right? When we do things that you're like, why did I do that? You usually learn something from it. So I don't know if you've seen these. This is pretty. There's these little, I think they're called Aussie Bites. You get them from Costco, and they're full of, I don't know, healthy shit. And they're just like this little bite of deliciousness. Do not eat those, though, before you have to speak to people, because it's just everywhere. Good morning, Pam. So yeah, that's those are my first world problems today, friends. First world problems, honestly. How are you? And then I get indigestion. I'm a wreck today. But what's nice about that is, who cares? We're here to hang out. We're here to have fun. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. This is our place of connection. This is our daily spot of community. This is a place to share ideas, share space, feel not alone, say hello to each other, and just have a little bit of fun every day, Monday to Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So for any of you who are brand new to joining us, on Wednesdays, we transform a little bit, because each and every week we like to promote positivity. We are a part of a kindness revolution in this world. Please join some of that conversation at the 52 Weeks of Kindness Facebook group. I would love you to come over and share kind messages with everybody on that. That would be amazing. And we really try to promote how we pull each other through this every day. As Dr. Carrington would say, we're just here walking each other home. However, on Wednesdays, we allow ourselves the space to just express the things that are pissing us off. We give ourselves the space to share any of the what the fuck moments you had from the week that you just need to get off your chest. This is a safe place to do so. You can be angry about whatever you want to be angry about. And then when we finish up, I want you to scream the F word as loud as you can. I want you to just scream fuck as loud as you can, clear your throat chakra, and carry on with your day. We'll be back tomorrow to live in gratitude. Kelly says, I need your shirt. So it says, these curves, hashtag, or hashtag these curves. Because you know what? God gave me curves. I'm going to love and embrace them instead of feeling like I have to feel anything else about them because of societal bullshit. How's that for a what the fuck? So I got this. Kelly, where did I get this? there's a store you can order online now to Canada finally. And there's one, I think there's only one store in Calgary, but I don't know. But it's in Chinook Center. It's called Torrid, Torrid. And it makes cute clothes for the curvy woman. Fucking love that store. Donna, how are you? Good morning. So, friends, what is your WTF moment of the week? What is the things that are bugging you, pissing you off, making you crazy? What's the eye roll you had this week? Because I know there's something. I know there's something out there. Feel like we have a few. And then when it comes to, I should really start to make notes, because there was a couple of things that I was like, what? Why are we having this conversation? And then, yeah, I think what's been I don't know if you're with me on this one or not, but sort of what's been my eye roll of the week is just, I think because we're in a place where we're getting kind of exhausted, we're kind of done with things. We just need a light at the end of the tunnel instead of this continual shifting and moving of the goalposts and all of these things. And so we're getting a little less patient with each other. Would that be fair to say? We're getting a little less understanding at times with each other. And I found that I would have moments where I was like, okay, it's definitely time to get off Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is today, because I would start to get really annoyed at what people would be saying. And it would be, I think, honestly, innocent comments or innocent questions, but you're just like, duh. You know what I mean? Am I alone in this? Am I confessing too much to you on this Wednesday morning? Or have you had those moments too, where somebody was sharing yesterday that it was a restaurant owner somewhere in Canada, and I was on Twitter, and they were sharing that, they had COVID in their home, but they were now COVID free, and the restaurant was going to open up. And somebody had posted on there, patio dining with 14 question marks. And whatever province it was in, it could have even been here. It was like, well, yeah, that's what's open, is patio dining. So why would you ask that? And I found myself being like, for fuck's sakes, duh. And then I thought, gosh, Jody, that's really not very kind. Like, maybe she really didn't know if that particular restaurant had a patio or not. And we know that there are some restaurants who are staying open regardless, but it was just the way she'd said it. And it was, I guess, the way I assumed with the 14 question marks that she was being judgy to this restaurant owner. And I felt defensive for whatever reason. But are you experiencing this too? And I don't think it's, say, our regular personality or our regular behavior, but we're just like, honestly, how much more stupid can a person take? And I feel bad that I say that, because, again, I really feel this person probably just had an innocent question. It's just the trolls of the online world are having a fucking field day with this world. And it's so hard to deflect when you want to actually have a legitimate conversation online, or connect with people in a different way, or find out what's going on in the rest of our country, right? That's the piece that I love about our coffee club, is that we have people from all over. So we can find out what's happening in different communities all over, and share in each other's information. But sometimes, so post in the comments, have I turned into a crazy bitch in my thought process once in a while, or are you feeling this too? Because previous, I could roll through that stuff no problem. Like, it didn't even really faze me. Kathy says, I do the often. Yeah, I get it. But I think it's, there's all kinds of reason behind why we are, I guess, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like, because I have moments where I'm like, gosh, I hope I don't stay this way. I don't want to be this sour all the time. But I have those moments. And I think, to me, that's when I recognize, ooh, it's break time. it's break time, because you are going to type something. But have you ever started to type out like what you would really love your response to be. And then of course delete it because you're like, no, I would never post that response. But does it feel good sometimes to write out the thing you think you would like to say? Just be careful not to accidentally hit enter because that happens. But do you have those where you start typing and you're just like, and then you're like, okay, that's probably not going to help. That's not solution based. It's just me being pissed off. And then you delete it. I feel like it would maybe be a fun. So you know how people share, the autocorrect texts? Have you seen those on Facebook? They make me howl. Like I almost pee my pants. I laugh so hard at these auto-corrected things. And I don't even know why. I find them so freaking hilarious, but I do. So I think it would be funny is like type out what your response would be and screenshot it and send it to me for a laugh. So you feel like you've shared it with somebody. I will then delete it and I would never post it. I would never betray your trust. But then we both feel like we've secured something. I can get realization like, hey, I'm not the only one who's typed the meanest thing I've ever thought of. But that's the difference between us and the trolls is we don't actually post it. But I think it would be entertaining. We could make a private Facebook group where we shared like responses that never saw the light of day. And in there, we could have all these things that we wanted to say but didn't really want to say, just to like get it off our chest. Okay. Do you do that too? Donna says, the more people I delete, unfriend, unfollow, the less WTF moments I'm having. Yep, I get that. Rhonda says, and then delete, delete, delete. Yeah. Jenny says, I do it all the time. Jerry says, so many times. Kathy shares, the thing that I will miss about wearing a mask is that people will be able to see me talking to myself or cursing at people in the grocery store without a mask, like the teenager with his mom who was protecting his chin mask. Yeah. And I have found, actually, my son and I were talking about this yesterday. He said, what is it going to be like, Mom, when we are walking around in the stores without masks in the future? Like people are going to see the weird things that maybe we started doing with our mouths. And depending on what kind of mask I'm wearing, I find I'm leaving my mouth open and I'm becoming a mouth breather because I have a hard time breathing in the mask itself. And it depends on which kind of fabric it is or which one it is. But I find I'll be walking around, I'll realize I'm walking around with my mouth open. Thankfully, none of you can see that, but I fear when we become a maskless society once again, when it is safe to do so, we're going to be doing whispery things. We're going to be doing weird things with our lips, llama face, which PS, do it all the time. Llamas are great. The mouth open thing, I get it, but I thank you for sharing that I'm not the only one who started typing things and stopped. Thankfully, we continue to stop. If you ever see, you could be my accountability partner. If I end up hitting enter, let me know. We'll delete that shit. But it's just, yeah, I think it's just become this moment where there's so many WTF moments that we don't know what to do anymore. Jerry, don't chew gum with your mask on. It'll make you cry. Well, depending on what, wow, that was hard to say. Depending on what kind of gum you chew, could be pretty intense. When we got some of that, you can get like mask refresher spray, which is basically like essential oils, probably in water. I could make it. But there is a peppermint one and it's awesome. But if you don't let it air a little bit before you put that on, you're crying. I maybe did that to my kid. That's how we learned that lesson the hard way. But yeah, Jim says, I have a WTF each night when I watch CBC Evening News online and see Ontario is out of hospital beds. So I suggested the US send up the USS Comfort to Lake Ontario to give you more beds, but all I get is we don't want you here or we don't need you. And I suggested that the US send more vaccine to speed up the vaccination in Canada. Well, and it's interesting how when people want to suggest a solution, then people just start to retaliate and attack, right? Which, how is that helping? You're just throwing out an idea, Jim. And we get that. I think thanks to the perception we see, whether it's in the news or online, starts to become people's realities. That's why it's up to us to stay educated. But yeah, and I think it's hard in that scenario, Jim, too, that you bring up, is I think there's people who aren't realizing in some areas there are those lack of hospital beds, and in some areas there isn't a lack of hospital beds. And then people aren't understanding why restrictions are important because they don't realize all those moving parts. Rhonda says, on the plus side, we can wear cute lip gloss again without it being spread all over the inside of the mask. Some days I wear it anyway too, Rhonda. I do. I feel you on that because you just want to. There will be so many plus sides to it, just like there is now. But I guess, will it draw more attention that I'm walking like this if I'm wearing lipstick or not? I don't know. Anything else on your mind today, my friends? We got a couple more minutes left. Anything else that you'd like to get off your chest, share, scream out? Maybe you just want to scream the F word into the comments, whatever you want to do with that. Today's your day to share those moments and get things off your chest. So what does that look like for you today? Anything else bugging you, making you crazy, making you roll your eyes? Open that can of worms. Now's your time. We name it to tame it. We move on and get it. But yeah. I think there's I've read a lot on Twitter, I think is where I see it the most. Probably because, yeah, people will like or share tweets. So you get different things into your feed that you're maybe not following is where I see a lot of those pieces. But what I do see is a lot of people doing provincial bashing based on restrictions. And I find that fascinating too, because I'm just like, okay, what? I'm not sure how that helps. But again, maybe it's just people expressing themselves, and we have to learn how to decipher someone's expression and listen to that constructively and not have it bother us. Biggest challenge of our lives, friends. Good morning, Emerge Agency. Rhonda says, my husband has prostate cancer and is having surgery soon, and I'm pissed that I won't be able to be with him at the hospital. Yeah, these scenarios are tough, Rhonda. I feel you on this one. And I think that, and probably you're in the same place. You know why, you understand why, you can see the reasoning and position why, but you also see your side and why it's really essential that people are there when people need them. And it's coming down to when people are having surgeries, when people go into emergency, when people are passing away, and people have had to have video chats with that. It makes it so hard because there's so many moving fucking parts to this and so many layers, and it's so hard. And Rhonda, you have every right to feel frustrated about that and express that. And it doesn't mean you don't care about other people, and it doesn't mean you don't understand. But that's the thing that happens right now is if Rhonda says that to anywhere else, I bet Rhonda, I'm going to assume here, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you're anything like me. It's you have those moments where you just want to share that with different friends or a group of people or your co-work space or whatever that looks like, but you stop because you have no idea if someone's going to attack you because of that piece of frustration. But Rhonda, fuck, like, of course you want to be by his side. Of course you want to help him. This is a big surgery for him. And of course you understand all the other pieces, but it still sucks. It still sucks. Shirley, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Rhonda, yeah, I understand, but it's so frustrating. And this is the part of that, because then, you know, anybody who wants to throw some support Rhonda's way, if you can this morning, is just how do we help her through that frustration and ensuring that she's still sending really great energy with her husband on the day that he goes in. You know, Rhonda, let us know if you would like on the date that it's happening, and we can definitely put him in our thoughts and send some healing, beautiful energy his way so that we can help support. And that's what I hope happens in these community pockets that we can build, is that this is where we can step in and do some of those things, because we can't change this situation. We can't demand that Rhonda's allowed into the hospital with her husband. We don't have those pieces. We don't know the whole workings of, like, I think we could probably make educated or slightly uneducated guesses of how that could work in a hospital system, but we don't actually know. The people in the hospital, they know. We have to trust them. But that sucks, Rhonda, and I'm sorry. And I hope that he has a successful, amazing surgery. And yeah, we're here for you as your community group. Anything else before I let you go for the day that is just making you crazy, that you want to have a what the fuck moment with your people, with your tribe here? Let us know. Feel free. This is a safe place to share. And we have, I think, run the gamut on every type of topic imaginable over the last year. So you can feel free to share whatever it is that's making you crazy today. By all means, this is a safe space. If you're watching this video later and you weren't able to join us live today, you're still welcome to comment. We would love you to join that conversation, and we appreciate you checking this out after the fact, because we're here for each other. Okay? Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll play a little Thankful Thursday. We'll have a little bit of fun. Fun Friday is just a couple of days away. I'm going to introduce you to another cool person in our world. That's the fun thing about Fridays. And yeah, we'll just continue to have some fun and check in with each other. Friends, have an amazing rest of your What the Fuck Wednesday. Don't forget, when we hang up, if you're in a safe place to do so, I want you to scream the word fuck as loud as you can. Really throat it out, like just growl, like fuck, just get it out. You're clearing your throat chakra. You're getting it off your chest. You're releasing that eye rolling, head smacking, what the fucking out of your system, so you're not carrying it around with you for the rest of the day. Okay? Let me know how that goes. I've had a few people in past Wednesdays send private messages after of those moments. So give it a whirl, friends. See how it feels. Have an incredible rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Have a great one.